Hey yo, what's good everybody? It is your boy Matthew Maley on the couch coming at you with another weekly movie review. So let's get right to it. So this week, there were a couple flicks that came out that I wanted to review. One of them being Immortals, but sadly I was unable to find it in any of the Blockbusters or Redbox. So I don't know if maybe it hasn't gotten to them yet. So ended up checking out something else that I did want to see. I got a good review of it by my mother. So I had decent hopes going into it. I didn't have much desire to see it prior to talking with her about it, but she said it was good, so figured I'd listen to her. So I was able to check out Tower Heist tonight, yesterday. It's technically 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday now, so we're not quite still on the Friday night, but still in the 24-hour window as far as I'm concerned. So check out Tower Heist, which stars Ben Stiller, Eddie Murphy, Alan Alda, as well as Casey Affleck, my dude Michael Pena, plus a decent role by Tia Leone. And essentially the story of the flick is Bernie Madoff, or a pretty much carbon copy of Bernie Madoff, loses all of the 401k money for literally everybody that lives in this huge apartment building that the Bernie Madoff character, played by Alan Alda, just so happens to own. And all their money's gone. All of it, all of it, all of it. And of course, in a very cruel twist of fate. Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew Broderick's also in the movie. Apologize. I don't know how I forgot that. But in a very cruel twist of fate, the reason that Alan Alda's character even invested their 401ks and all their pension is because Ben Stiller asked him to. So really it all falls onto Ben Stiller's shoulders. So when it becomes very obvious that Alan Alda's character is really just a piece of garbage and has no remorse for what he did and is maintaining that he did nothing wrong, and it's just one of those oops type of things, even though hundreds of millions of dollars were lost, Ben Stiller decides that it's time to take action, if you will, and puts together his team that includes his brother Casey Affleck, a brand new elevator doorman, essentially played by Michael Pena, and Eddie Murphy, who is a random criminal who every day Ben Stiller's character passes while walking down the sidewalk, and they exchange pleasantries. So he joins the team as well. Plus, Matthew Broderick's character, who is actually previously a Merrill Lynch employee who has hit a little patch of bad luck and has actually just been evicted from his amazing $5 million condo apartment, if you will, in this amazing tower. And it's actually just called the Tower. It's so nice, it's just a tower. The Trump Towers in New York actually were the stand-in used for the tower. So you could tell just by a lot of the doors, a lot of the lobbies. It's pretty garish. It screams Trump. I've never been to the Trump Towers yet, but from what I've seen and what I've heard about it, this screams it. So really, it's just a revenge, flick that turns into a caper as they try to find where Alan Alda's character stashed the money, which they're convinced that he has the money stashed somewhere in his apartment that the judge has just remanded him to. He was able to pay his $10 million bail, but he isn't able to leave, or he isn't allowed to leave his apartment. And they're sure that the money is somewhere in the apartment that is guarded by FBI, and oh yeah, he's not leaving. So they have to put together a rather elaborate plan in order to try and gain access to the room without him knowing. And it definitely gets a little crazy. There were some funny lines in it. Some very funny lines, honestly. I thought the dialogue was well done. I thought it was definitely one of Eddie Murphy's better movies lately. I'm not a huge Eddie Murphy fan. I know that's sacrilege to a lot of people. But, yeah, I mean, he was a little bit before my generation. And what I have seen of him kind of got overlooked or overwhelmed, really, by the likes of Norbit and the likes of 15 billion Nutty Professors and Dr. Doolittle's and all these movies where he's essentially the same character, or putting on a fat suit and being the same character, which I'm good. I don't really need that. There are probably literally millions of card-carrying members in the acting community. Why do you need to play 6 roles, Eddie Murphy? Why? Maybe they're paying you for all 6 roles. I don't know. But it was a good performance. Apparently it was such a good performance it actually got him the Oscars gig, which at the last minute he turned down. I'm not sure all the details of that. I wasn't really paying attention to it when it happened, so I'm not sure. I know that there was some issues, if you will, because he was supposed to host the Oscars. But Ben Stiller does a good job in it, and again, I'm not a huge Ben Stiller fan. I do like some movies he's been in, but overall, I think he's more just kind of an actor. He's another one, you know what you're getting every single flick you go and see of his. But at the end of the day, he did a good job in this. As did Casey Affleck, who I think is always solid. I'm not a huge Casey Affleck fan, but I think he's always great as a partner, a second in command, if you will. Thought he was awesome in the Ocean series, which I absolutely loved, as you guys know. And Matthew Broderick was actually really good as well. He did a solid job portraying the down on his luck, and he has some of the funniest lines in the whole movie. Some of the things he says, I mean, his timing and his delivery were just awesome. As well as the lady, I don't know her name, I apologize, but who played Precious in the movie Precious. She plays one of the maids in this, and actually did a pretty good job as well. I thought she was good. And Tia Leone, I don't know what it is, but I've never been a fan of hers. I like a lot of the movies she's been in. I like Bad Boys 1. I liked, what was the one with Nicolas Cage? Family Man. I mean, she's been good in some movies. Yeah, she was in About a Boy as well. But there's something about her I'm just not a fan of that I just don't really like. She's a good actress. I just don't really like her style of acting. Everything's kind of delivered like this. All the lines are kind of delivered like this. So there's my Tia Leone impersonation. Just not a big fan. But overall, the movie did have some fun parts. Seeing a 1961 Ferrari 250 GT Lusso being dangled, 70 stories up in the air. It's kind of cool. It's also funny the fact that this is the second Matthew Broderick movie that has a 1960s era 250 GT Ferrari going out of a window. The other being in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, except that was in 1961 and it wasn't a Lusso edition. But regardless, it's a $10 million car. Yeah, this thing was sick. And they actually reference it as the car that Steve McQueen drove. He actually, little trivia for you, drove a brown one. He did not drive a red one, as was in the movie. And the other funny thing is that the car that's in the movie isn't even a Ferrari. It was actually built off of a Volvo chassis. They built 2 of them. A custom, car builder designed both of these cars to fill the role in the movie. But it's not an exact replica because they actually did not have a 250 GT Lusso available for them to measure. So they went essentially just off of what they could find on the internet and guesswork. So it looks pretty good. I mean, there's some little things you can see. You can, if you're really picking it apart. Once I found that out, I kind of went back and, re-looked at a few things and you tried to pick up some little things, and see the differences. But regardless, it's still a pretty decent replica. I thought it was pretty good. So it definitely had a nice little twist in the end. And the story in itself was well put together. with some twists and turns and some intrigue and all that. You know, it's pretty standard for movies these days. They got to have twists and turns and intrigue in them. But I did think it was worth watching. And you know, like I said, it's got some cool twists that really make it worth the rental. Overall, my opinion, I'm giving it a 3.5-star rating, which I know that's what I give everything. But as I was explaining to one of my friends tonight, most movies are either 3 or 3.5 stars. That's just the simple facts of life. Most movies aren't that great. Most movies are either average or slightly above average, but not quite to the good category, which is, you know, what 3.5 stars mean. 4 stars means it's good. It means it's going into my catalog of movies. 4.5 means it's great. 5 means it's classic. 3 means it's average. This was a pretty average, slightly above because of the writing. I thought the writing was very good, so I gave it 3.5 stars. There you go. So I definitely think it's worth a rental. If you see it in Redbox, see it in Blockbuster, spend the $2.99 on it that it is now because it's a new release and it'll go down $1 however long. So I think it's worth that. If it's on TV, I think it's worth it. I think it'd even be worth like a $5.99 pay-per-view. I don't know if I'd spend like $15.99 like you have to pay if you're in Vegas on pay-per-view, but it's worth $5.99. So let me know what you guys think. I'm always curious to see your guys' opinions and see how they matched up with mine. My mother actually gave it a 4-star out of 5 rating, as well as my friend that I watched it with. She gave it a 4 out of 5-star rating as well. So I scaled just a little bit back, 3.5 out of 5 stars for Tower Heist, starring Eddie Murphy, Ben Stiller, Matthew Broderick, Alan Alda, Tia Leone, Michael Pena, who was funny. He had some very good lines. He had he played a moron, but he had some really funny lines. I thought he was a really good addition to the group. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. There was some very improbable stuff in it, but you know, you went into it expecting that. You didn't expect this to be a, you know, exact true life thriller. You went in just to be entertained, and it was entertaining. So 3.5 stars. 3.5, not 350. 350Z. I got one. I'm tired. I'm going off the rails here. Anyway, thanks as always for checking out my videos. Much love. Much appreciated. As always, you can check out the rest of my videos. Search me up on MatthewMaley.com. Click on the video blog tab. Check out everything you need right there. Or you can check me out directly on YouTube. Check out YouTube.com. Then search for Matthew Maley Poker. All my videos right there. I got like 230 videos online. So sit down, grab a bowl of popcorn, and watch them all for you, boy. Boost my views up. Drop me some comments. Like the videos. Subscribe to the channel so you'll be first to know every time something pops up. Send me messages. Do whatever you like. I've been slacking on my replies. I apologize. Promise that this weekend I will get that all taken care of. So, of course, you can also follow your boy on Twitter at Matthew Maley, or search for your boy's page up on Facebook, facebook.com. Search for Matthew Maley Poker. Get everything you need right up on there. So until the next video, I am officially signing off, officially taking myself to bed, and until tomorrow, everybody have a great weekend. Got some videos popping up tomorrow, another Arizona State Poker Tour event, so you know you got videos coming from that, as well as probably a couple other ones later on this weekend. So until the next video, I am signing off. Peace out, y'all.